Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am 𝗩𝗓𝗡𝗢𝗦, and today's video is going to be awesome. I am doing a full kitchen tour, so I'm going to show you guys everything that is in my raw vegan kitchen. I've been raw since 2016 and I absolutely thrive on this diet. I love it more than anything in this entire world. I'm going to give you guys a full tour, all of the amazing equipment I use, everything that's in my pantry, all the staples and the deals I get by buying certain things in bulk, the beautiful exotic fruits I currently have on my counter, and then also at the end I'm going to be doing a full fridge tour for you guys as well, and there's some amazing gourmet meals in there that I can't wait to show you guys. Come on into my kitchen and let's get started. Here we are. This is my Toronto kitchen. Usually I film in a different kitchen because this kitchen has no windows, it's tiny and it's really dark, so I just want to create the best videos for you guys, make the food look the most presentable and awesome. So I go to another kitchen usually for my what I eat videos and all those videos. So today you're in my actual kitchen, so welcome guys. Let's get right into it. I am going to start with showing you guys all the equipment that I use and that I love so much to create all these amazing raw meals and snacks. And first I want to start out with a little giveaway. Somebody gave me this book for Christmas, Vegan Cookbook for Athletes, and as you guys know, I'm 100% raw vegan. I don't cook my food at all, so if there's anybody watching who does cook and you're a cooked vegan and you want this book, comment down below and I will pick somebody at random and I will give that away. And I'll also include one of my kids' books about healthy eating as well. So as far as equipment goes, I think this is what helps me really succeed on the raw vegan diet. When I first started, I ate quite simple, which was fine, and I felt absolutely amazing. I pretty much didn't use any equipment at all, except for maybe to make the odd juice. But currently I'm making all sorts of amazing gourmet meals, smoothies, stuff like that. So this is my equipment. I use the Vitamix, which is great. And I actually got my Vitamix refurbished on Amazon, so you can save a lot of money getting it refurbished. And I just want to say to you guys, I'm going to go through everything and I'm going to try to link as much stuff as I can that I use. So equipment, staples, stuff like that in the description box below. And I'm working on creating an Amazon store. So any purchases you guys can do through the links below, that would be great. It's a win-win, it helps me. So one thing about this, I do know that a vacuum sealed blender is ideal because it doesn't get the air in there. So I do want to get one of those for this. And then I also have a little TriBest blender as well, which I'll link below. And I love this, it's nice and quiet, it's great for dressings. This is one of my favorite tools ever. This is my Cocoa Jack. So again, I got this on Amazon, I'll link it below, but I love this. So this is what I use to open my coconuts. I drink a lot of coconuts. They make me feel absolutely amazing. I just feel like it's nature's true hydration for our bodies. And this is the most incredible tool ever. There we go, it just pops off like that. I drink it and then I also eat the meat as well. It has so many nutrients, it's amazing. That's a key tool for me, especially lately. I have a handheld citrus juicer. So I just picked up this at a dollar store. And I prefer this to the electric juicers for citrus. It's nice and easy in the mornings. This, if you watch my videos, you guys know how much I love the zucchini spiralizer. You put your zucchini in and you make pasta. And then I whip up the dressings for that in my Vitamix. And it's one of my favorite tools ever. And then as far as a juicer goes, I have this Breville right now, which I will link below. And this juicer is great. It is technically not the best juicer you can use. I also have a slow press juicer in Omega in my cupboard as well, so that's ideal. It is technically better than using a fast juicer like this to use the slow masticating juicer. I live a fast-paced life and I feel like this one's just easier to clean and it still feels great when I drink the juice. So again, I'll link that below. I've taken a lot of my staples out of the cupboard to show you guys and I am so excited. So I have a pack of dates. I usually have dates on hand because usually I will use in my dressings or dip like 1 or 2 dates sometimes or sometimes more than that to sweeten it. So that's what I use as my natural sweetener most of the time in these amazing recipes. Sometimes I will eat just dates on their own, but I try not to eat too much dried fruit just on its own like that. It just doesn't make me feel as good because it lacks the water content and it's harder on your digestion. So I try and eat as clean as possible most of the time. Here's some of my favorite stuff. So this is green spirulina. I don't know why it has the blue color on there, but it is green spirulina, and this is a powder, a type of algae. I've made videos about this before. It's a probiotic, it's a great source of protein, and it happens to be absolutely delicious in smoothies. So many nutrients too, so I'm a big lover of green spirulina. Carob powder, this is another go-to for me for making ice cream. Carob ice cream is absolutely delicious, and it's a great replacement for cacao. So with me, cacao causes ups and downs, and I know it does for a lot of people. And carob's great because you don't deal with any of that and it tastes exactly like cacao. So that's a big thing I have lately. And then I'll show you some of my nuts. I love pumpkin seeds. So these are very anti-parasitic. They have so many nutrients, zinc, all kinds of other stuff. So I love sprinkling pumpkin seeds on my salads lately. They're really good, especially with the dressing added on top. I've always really loved walnuts. So I get organic walnuts. I order off Amazon and they're great. They are a great source of omegas and I noticed they really improve my mood. And for a lot of people out there, they love to make walnut meat and all kinds of interesting things too in their dehydrator for their raw meals. I don't personally use a dehydrator. Sometimes I will pick up some dehydrated stuff now and then at my local raw food restaurant, which I have done today because my mom is coming into town and she's eating more raw and I know she will love these things. So these are so good, you guys. I picked these up from Raw Aura, my favorite restaurant here in Toronto that's all raw. And these are sour cream and onion kale chips. They're so good. And these are cheesy red pepper and they're the best kale chips I've ever had in my life. So sometimes when I'm having people over and I know they're interested in raw or they're all raw, I will go to this restaurant, pick up some things for takeout, just because it adds that extra just amazingness and they love it too. So I use cashews in a lot of dips and dressings. And I order this huge bag in bulk. Again, I'll try to find it and link it below for you guys, but I order it in bulk on Amazon. So it's 30 something, I think, for this big bag. So it's a savings by buying it this way because cashews can be expensive. Cashews are something I don't typically eat like by the handful. They don't make me feel so great to eat them whole. I prefer to soak them overnight and then put them in a recipe. And I feel like they digest that way so much better. What else? This is something that I always keep on hand for if some of my raw friends are coming over or just some of my friends in general if I set out foods. So these are really good. I don't eat these personally too often because like I said, I don't eat much dried or dehydrated foods. But I was on search for the best tasting raw crackers in the world at one point, and these I feel like are them, and I will try link them below as well, but they're pretty good. Also, always in my cabinets are a big thing of chia seeds. So I will link below my recipe for chia seed pudding. These to me are a go-to. It is the most filling raw vegan meal in my opinion, and I love having chia seeds on hand. And when you buy them in a larger thing like this, typically they're cheaper as well. So these are also something I always have on hand, especially lately, sun-dried tomatoes. I happen to just pick these ones up at Whole Foods, but these ones are soaked in some cold pressed olive oil and they are absolutely amazing. Favorite recipe lately is actually sun-dried tomatoes in the Vitamix with vine tomatoes, a little bit of cherry tomatoes, some dried oregano, dried basil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and you're good to go. Blend it up. It is a great spaghetti sauce. So that's what I've been doing lately. I also keep some olives on hand. The Kalamata olives are my absolute favorite. Many people don't realize olives are a huge probiotic, so they feed your good gut bacteria and they really lead to a happier mood. So I don't eat too many. They are higher in fat, but now and then I do have some and they're incredible. This is also something I have on hand today that I thought I would show you guys because like I said, my mom's coming into town and also my kids love this as well. My kids aren't vegan, but if you guys want to know what my kids eat, comment down below, but my kids aren't vegan. But they love this. This is a raw living bread as well. It's so good. I think they make this out of flax and I got this as well from the raw restaurant. So this is one of my favorite products as well. People ask me all the time, where do you buy this? I buy it on Amazon. I'll try and link it below as well. So this is a blue spirulina powder. I use this when I make ice cream and it is absolutely delicious. So I always have one of these on hand and I absolutely love it. And let me see what else I can show you guys. I have a little bit of moringa powder. I've been putting some of that in my smoothies lately. And I have some cashew butter and some tahini on hand as well. They're pretty high in fat, so I don't use them too often, but they're kind of just some staples that stay in my cupboard in case I'm making a recipe or something. And then this is coconut aminos. So it's a soy-free alternative and it's really delicious in some of the dressings that I use in the Vitamix. And here we have hemp hearts. These are great. They're super high in omegas. So I buy the big bag in bulk on Amazon to save money as well. And I use these in a lot of recipes and they're just something I always have on hand in the big bag. These are amazing as well. Many people don't realize with chickpeas and lentils, you can soak them and you can actually eat them soaked after 8 hours. So these are incredible, a huge source of protein. And I have a video where I've talked in more detail about that, which I will link below, but I can't recommend it enough. And the lentils are just like so filling when you soak them for 8 hours, rinse them, and then put them in your salad with your dressing. It's just delicious and a great, great source of protein. And then With the chickpeas, I like to soak them and then make up sort of like a little Mediterranean salad with them as well, with some cold pressed olive oil, olives, parsley, some peppers, tomatoes, things like that, and it's really incredible. Okay guys, and for salt, I actually use the Celtic sea salt. In my opinion, that's the healthiest salt. I love it. And sometimes I just have like Himalayan salt as well for backup, which I do like and I sometimes use. Supplements, I think supplements are so important, especially on a long-term vegan or raw vegan diet. I did become deficient in a few things a couple years in, so I think if you are vegan long-term or raw vegan, it's just at minimum, check your blood work, see where you're at. Even if you're feeling amazing, I would still recommend that. So I love these supplements so much. This is what I've been using for a couple years, and I reached out to them and they gave me a code. So if you guys want to purchase these, you can save 10% and I'll put the code in the description. But they're amazing because they have everything you might be missing on the vegan diet. So they have B12, D3, DHA, iodine, which is a huge one. Many people have hair loss and it's because of iodine. K2, zinc, magnesium, and selenium. So I love taking these. I feel like I don't have to worry about taking like 4 different things or whatever. They're really great. And then even though those have D in them, sometimes I take a little bit of extra vitamin D even just because I live in Toronto, Canada, and we don't get as much sun as I feel like our body is naturally intended to get. And then right here, you guys, this is my amazing spice cupboard. So I absolutely love spices. Before I was raw vegan, I've never been much of an amazing cook. I do still cook for my family because they are not raw, but which is fine. But I love spices now, and many people don't realize spices have a naturally warming effect on your body. So things like cumin, curry, cayenne, turmeric, they naturally warm you up. So when you put them in these recipes and you eat them, you don't feel freezing. I think a lot of people think, oh, you're always cold on the raw vegan diet, but there's definitely tips and tricks, and the spices are where it's at. I also use a little bit of nutritional yeast as well now and then in some of my recipes. But yeah, this is just, I mean, you can find anything in here. Sage, dried basil, dried oregano. I have everything and I absolutely love it. So I still have, sometimes I use a little bit of cold pressed olive oil. I know some people are like anti all oils, which I get because I think at the end of the day, it's not a total whole food. It's kind of, it's been processed and I don't think it's like ideal for our body. So I don't get carried away with oil, but now and then I will have a little bit in dressing, maybe a dash of it in the Vitamix, or a little bit on my salad if I haven't had time to make a dressing. And this is a good one. It's a cold pressed one. I didn't buy it on Amazon, but they probably have it there. So I'll see if I can link it below, and it's my favorite. And then of course, you wouldn't be raw vegan without apple cider vinegar in your cupboard. So this I use in some dressings as well, and I absolutely love it. In my cupboard, I still have some bentonite clay and some psyllium husk. So I do not use these daily, but when I did a juice cleanse, I did use these and helped remove a little bit of mucoid plaque. So these are still in my cupboard. I do have some cacao nibs and cacao in my cupboard as well, but I personally don't consume cacao anymore just because with me, it is total drug to me. It's like up and down, and I'm so depressed for 2 days after I have it because it has like theobromine and a few stimulating things in it. It's just not for me, but I love it more than anything. When I did a parasite cleanse, I have some things like black garlic, which are really good at removing parasites and other things as well. So I do plan on doing a video on how to do a proper deep parasite cleanse, which I did, and I really know so much information about that. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. I have some agave in my cupboard as well, but I've never actually used agave. I've done research on it. I don't think it's like the healthiest thing. So I bought it just to have in case I ever needed it for a recipe. I think I saw it in a recipe that I got it for, but I've never actually used it. If you use agave and you like it, comment down below, but I've never used it. Okay guys, now let's get into the very exciting part. I can't wait to show you guys the actual foods, the fruits and vegetables, the things that just make me feel so alive, so amazing. We'll start off right here with my bananas. So I use bananas in smoothies quite often, and I also just eat them on the go. They are a great probiotic. They feed your good gut bacteria. They make you feel amazing. They're also very cheap. Sometimes I buy them by the case. I did do 3 days eating only bananas as well, which I will link down below. So that was interesting. And then I also have my Honeycrisp apples. These are my favorite type of apple currently, so I have a bowl of those. And I'm so excited. Yesterday at the Asian market, I was looking for jackfruit, but I couldn't find any. But I found some sugar apples. These are one of the best tasting fruits I've had in my entire life. So I can't recommend you guys, like, get creative, think outside of the box, go to the Asian markets, pick up things you otherwise wouldn't try because they're so delicious. They feed like different gut bacteria in your body and they make you feel amazing. And it just makes you feel like more excited about this diet. Like taking care of these fruits, having them on the counter just gets you excited and it really keeps you on track and trying these new things. This is my favorite type of dragon fruit on the planet. I also have a red dragon fruit here as well, which I will cut because I'm gonna eat it after this video. You guys, how can you not love raw foods? Look at this, you guys, look. I wish I could put it through the camera for you to try. This is just so beautiful, right? So a lot of people use these in smoothies and ice creams as well, like smoothie bowls. But it's just like, look at that fruit, you guys. I am so in love with the diet. And the longer you do it, your gut microbiome changes. You fall in love with these foods. So I know it can be hard for people when they're first starting because you're craving the other foods. But if you can just hang in there and like get to the point where these foods are good, you're just gonna absolutely love it. And that's the yellow dragon fruit. It is so good. This is my favorite type of dragon fruit in the world. And I also have a huge box of persimmons that I got on sale. These I tried for the first time not long ago, and I am absolutely obsessed with these. To me, I always thought like, oh, they just look like a tomato or they didn't look too appealing. But once I actually tried one, I couldn't believe it. So if you haven't tried a persimmon, then definitely absolutely do. And I just want to say with the persimmons, you want to wait until they're like super ripe. So they have to be like super, super soft or they're not nearly as good. Here I have a bowl of passion fruits. So this is called a grenadilla. It's actually in my children's book. This is the passion fruit. These are really sweet and again, really, really good. A lot of people use these in smoothies and stuff, or I just eat them by the spoonful. And this is the grenadilla. So a lot of times people think like, are these just like an orange? They're not at all. They're a completely different taste. And the seeds, they're so good for your colon or your digestive system and getting things moving and relieving constipation and filled with vitamins. And they taste incredible, you guys. I have this cute little Buddha head here, which I absolutely love, which I use to store my lemons. And then some fresh tomatoes for my spaghetti sauce recipes and just for salads. And this right here has been my favorite fruit for the last 5 years. It's probably still my favorite fruit, papaya. I'm not going to cut it open because it's not ripe, but papaya is delicious and just one of my favorite fruits there is. Here I have a bowl of just my oranges and grapefruits. Sometimes in the morning I like to have a glass of freshly squeezed. And sometimes I like to put orange juice in my smoothies. And then a couple of avocados. This is like a larger, I forget what these are called. If you can remember, comment down below, these Florida avocados. And then a good tip to know if these are still okay and ripe is you peel off the top right there, and I can see the top came off and it's green inside, so it means it's still a good avocado. And I think that's it for all my stuff on the counter. Now I want to show you guys my fridge, which I feel like is the best part, so let's get into the fridge. First of all, I'm going to start with showing you guys the stuff I got from Raw Aura. Like I've said, my favorite raw food restaurant on earth. If you guys have a raw food restaurant in your area that you love, comment down below. This is the only one I know of in Toronto, but I get this. So like I said, my mom's coming to town, so I got some extra raw takeout today just because I know she'll love these. So this is a coconut curry. Look at that, you guys. It's so good. So that's used with zucchini noodles, and that's my favorite raw food dish in the entire world right there. So I have that in the fridge, and then I'll show you the other dish that I got that's all raw for when my mom comes, because I'm picking her up at the airport after I do this video. So this is, I don't know if I can take this out without making a mess. This is a raw falafel wrap, and they use like walnut meat, and like, it is just freaking incredible, you guys. So I have that in my fridge as well. And then also in that wrap, they use raw tzatziki. So I picked up a bit of extra of the raw tzatziki. I actually do make a lot of stuff myself. Usually I make everything myself. And it's rare I go to Raw Aura, but if people are coming over into town, I usually make a stop there. So this tzatziki is incredible. It's good with like falafel or even just like with veggies dipped in it. And then I told you earlier, I don't eat chocolate, but I know my mom does. So I got, people think the raw vegan diet's boring. It's absolutely not. And I also have a friend who's he's a carnivore, and he's gonna do 24 hours raw vegan. So I'm gonna introduce him to these amazing meals as well. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss that. But this is a blueberry cheesecake, all raw. And then this is a chocolate cake, all raw too. It's just great for introducing people to raw stuff like that. It's not the type of stuff I eat like every day at all, because I won't feel my best if I do. But it's fun to get these things as treats sometimes. And then this is like a peanut butter chocolate raw cup, which is so good, but I'm not gonna eat it. I'll save it for my mom and my kids. And this is a coconut chocolate ball as well. And then I'll show you guys what else. Oh yeah. They also have like this sesame, I usually make all my dressings too, but they have this sesame citrus dressing, which is, I think, the best salad dressing I've ever had. Purchased a jar of that off of them as well because I know my mom will love it and it's really good. So I'll finish going through the stuff that's pre-made that I've bought. I also buy this mango salsa from Whole Foods sometimes. It is so delicious, adding some mango salsa into your salad when you make a fresh salad. So usually I'll make a fresh salad with like sunflower sprouts or different sprouts like alfalfa sprouts, stuff like that, which are filled with so much life force. They make you feel amazing. So I'll make my salad with those and then I'll put in some mango salsa and then make a fresh dressing. And you guys, it's so freaking delicious. So it makes you feel good. That's why I always have so much energy because I eat this way. There's definitely a lot of sprouts, like pea shoots, microgreens, a lot of that sort of thing in my fridge. I do eat a lot of that. So I have some of this fermented hot sauce, which I got at the farmer's market, and it's really good as well. I already showed you before, but usually I keep at least a couple coconuts in my fridge. I actually have this delivery service I've been using lately just because with my kids, my life is so busy. And I order like 10 or 20 coconuts at a time. And they're just, I'm hooked on coconuts lately. They make you feel so hydrated, electric, and amazing. And I also have a great recipe that I did on my channel for a coconut almond yogurt, which I will link below as well. That is delicious, by 𝗩𝗜𝗗𝗘𝗢𝗦. Okay guys, and in my fridge, you can usually always find this, which is chia seed pudding. And if you watch my channel, you hear me talk about it all the time. I feel like it's the most filling raw vegan food in existence. And it's really delicious. What I do after when I eat it is I put berries on top and eat it with a spoon. It's so good. So this is filled with so many nutrients as well. And again, I'll link the recipe for that down below. And then also for making that chia pudding, I have fresh almond milk in my fridge as well. I don't always make my almond milk fresh. Like I'm busy with my kids and my channel and my life. So sometimes I buy this. So this is an organic, unsweetened almond milk that they make in Fresh Press here in Toronto. I have currently some flax oil in my fridge. Now and then I like to put a little bit of flax oil on my salad at dinner, especially it goes nice when I make like a raw vegan spaghetti pasta dish and then I have a salad on the side. I like a little bit of flax oil and it has the omegas and there are a lot of benefits to it. And then I have some Pyridine products in the fridge. Usually I always have a protein powder as well. I love the Pyridine and I love the Complement one as well, which I will link below. But I'm currently out right now, but I do love protein. And these are some enzymes, which I haven't had in a while, but they're the Pyridine enzymes, which I tried. And then also I have the Pyridine Life Essentials, which is a blend of amino acids. So amino acids are super important to make sure you're getting if you're vegan or raw vegan. And then I have a few serrano peppers in my fridge because currently I love them in the raw vegan tomato sauce that I make in the blender to add a little bit of spice. I do have some dragon fruit in my fridge. And then also I do have some avocados in the fridge. So a lot of people don't realize that once an avocado starts to feel ripe and feel soft like it's ready, you can put it in your fridge and you can usually get a few extra days out of it. So that's what I do if I'm not ready to eat them. And this is ready to be eaten, so I threw it in the fridge as well. And then just some strawberries as well. And again, I'm not gonna go over my kids' foods in this video. Everybody who watches my channel, you guys know my family's not vegan, but I'm raw vegan. I know a lot of people struggle and they're like, my family's not raw vegan, how do you do it? But I feel like if I can do it in this tiny apartment, in this tiny kitchen with not enough counter space, I'm grateful for this place, don't get me wrong, but I feel like if I can do it and be raw vegan while cooking for my family, then anybody out there can do it. And I feel like the longer you do it, like I said, like your taste buds change, you fall in love with the foods, and then it still becomes easy to cook dinner for your family without craving it. Like you get excited for your meal rather than be like, oh, drooling over what they're having. Okay guys, so before we get into my greens and stuff, here I usually keep in my fridge some sauerkraut. So sauerkraut is great. I don't usually eat it every day, but sometimes I do. It's really good for your gut and for your microbiome and for healing, and I personally love it. So these ones I usually buy at Whole Foods or my local Metro, but these are, this is a carrot and ginger sauerkraut. It is so good. So many people don't realize there's so many different types of varieties you can buy. And I have a turmeric one, which I like as well. And then this one is a beet one. So if you want to get those probiotics in and you don't necessarily like the cabbage or whatever, there's other different varieties too. So kimchi is really, really good as well. So a lot of people use that as a side on dishes or just eat it out of the out of the container, and it has a lot of those probiotic benefits. And I think I forgot to say, don't mind the lighting in this video, in this kitchen. Like I said, there's no windows, it's tiny, so it's not optimal lighting, which is why I usually don't film here, but hopefully it's still been good enough for you guys to watch. But I also keep in the fridge this Mother Raw dip, so it's just like a go-to dip in case I have some people over who it still tastes really good for people who like don't eat any raw. Usually I love everything I create who don't eat any raw, but it's just a good go-to dip to have if I have guests or things like that. That's for my guests. And then again for my guests, I keep this dressing, which is really good, this lemon garlic sugar-free dressing in the fridge as well for other people. So I do have some purple cabbage here, red cabbage, whatever. I love this in the fully raw Christina Caesar salad. That's one of my favorite recipes, and I will link it down below. And this is really good chopped on top. And then I do have a little bit of corn in my fridge because lately I have been having some lettuce tacos, which are really good, which I'll link my recipe below. Those are delicious. And then I do have some fresh vine tomatoes. These are for recipes or for my salads, and they are delicious. I love tomatoes, especially in the summer when they come into season. You can go to the farmer's market. Okay, and my produce. So I recently got these bags, which I hope they're good for still keeping the produce fresh. If you guys use these bags, comment down below. But I will try to link them down below as well. And I keep my greens in here. So my greens, as you know, they don't stay super fresh. So I usually go every few days for greens, which I absolutely love. And these are just some leafy greens and some romaine, which I love for that Caesar salad dressing I was telling you about, that recipe. And then in here I have more romaine as well, which I love. And then I got these bags recently as well. So these are reusable bags. I'll link below. They're great. They help keep the produce fresh. And what I've been using with these vine tomatoes lately is that pasta sauce I was telling you guys about. And that's been my go-to. Usually I'll go through phases where I'll eat the same thing every night for like a week or two, and then I'll switch it up and eat other things. And what do I have in here? Some fresh kale, which I love. I'll always love kale. It is so good, and I love when it's like crispy like that as well. So that's great for salads, but the raw vegan diet, it's not only salads. There's lots more exciting foods. Like, it's just amazing. You could create amazing dishes, new dishes every day for like 100 years, 200 years. So it's like never-ending amazingness. And I have this as well in my fridge. And then what else? Sometimes I'll buy like the bagged organic, not too often, but sometimes I'll buy these for juices, green juices and things like that. And then I have some celery and cucumbers, which I either will use to make a green juice or just chop up in my salad. And I personally love green juice. Like, to me, it's worth the time it takes to make because it just makes you feel so electric and amazing. And I feel like if you guys can start your day like that, like with a fresh pressed electric green juice or a coconut water or a fresh pressed or a fresh squeezed orange juice or a smoothie or a mono fruit meal, I feel like those are ideal for the morning and until lunchtime, and they make you feel amazing, and it really keeps you on track for the rest of the day and then on track for the rest of the week, the month, the years, and then before you know it, you're so healthy and feeling amazing. And another thing I want to say too is how important sleep is. I feel like if you have your sleep and you feel well rested, you're way more likely to eat healthy than if you wake up, you didn't get a good sleep, you're super tired. If you're tired, you're way more tempted to like eat junk food, have that coffee, have that bagel. So I just feel like prioritize your sleep, prioritize yourself, eat healthy because you feel amazing and it's totally worth it. What else do we have in here? I have some living lettuce that I bought as well, some more kale, some spinach. And then in here I have a big bag of zucchinis because these are just like such a go-to lately for me in the spiralizer for all the pastas. So I will link down below as well some of the pasta recipes I make with these, the Alfredo sauce, the curry, the tomato sauce, the pesto. These are just amazing. Personally, like, I don't love zucchinis just chopped up and eaten. Sometimes I do with a dip if I make like a ranch dip, Shane's Ranch or something like that. But when they're spiralized, I swear to you, you guys, you will like them better than the traditional pastas. And then I have some bell peppers as well. Those are a big go-to for me. And then some more cucumbers, tomatoes, that sort of thing. And then I have carrots as well, which I love in my salads and my raw tacos. And I have some cilantro and some parsley. So parsley, like I said, I love in that chickpea dish I make with chopped up parsley, chickpeas, olives, a little bit of cold pressed olive oil, a little bit of Celtic sea salt, some bell pepper for crunch, and some celery for crunch, and some cucumber. That's a delicious dish, and it makes you feel incredible. And then cilantro, sometimes I will use in salad dressing. So it's cilantro, limes, and then tahini or sesame seeds. And I think that was originally from Christina, but I'm not sure if I came up with that, I forget. But that one is pretty good as well. And cilantro is so healthy and amazing. And there's sometimes I'll put it in green juice too. Let me see. Oh yeah. And I have some miso as well, which I've actually never used. So I got this at Whole Foods because I saw a recipe that I wanted to use miso in. So if you guys have used it before, comment down below if you like it and your thoughts on that. But I think that's pretty much it for my fridge. So this is all stuff for like if I have guests come over, sometimes I have friends stop by, or my mom's coming into town, as you know, so I have a little bit of extra. And again, I haven't gone over my kids' food. My kids aren't vegan, which everybody knows who watches my channel. Yeah, that's everything for right now. It's a kitchen filled with absolutely amazing food. I absolutely love this diet, you guys. This is one thing I didn't show you guys too. I picked this up at my local like health food specialty store recently. So this is raw sprouted quinoa. I haven't tried it yet. If you guys have tried raw sprouted quinoa, let me know, because I used to love cooked quinoa. If there were any foods I were going to eat that were cooked, it would be quinoa would be one of them. I think it just has so many nutrients, so I am excited to try that. And yeah, I think that is everything. I truly hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Definitely make sure you subscribe because I create great videos just like this one every single week. And if there's any other video ideas of things you guys want to see around the raw vegan lifestyle or health and wellness or spirituality, then definitely comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.